Hey folks, welcome to EVE Online. Major Freak. This is just me at Jita wondering if I should buy some stuff for Doctrine's ships. And it's got a lot of stuff in there in the cargo for the simulated thing. And I was like, all right, I'm, I got some extra cash. How much extra do I have? I think I've got enough for a splurge. Oops. Never mind. Anyways, so I won't be buying today. um, but I'll show you what I was gonna do, uh, all the way up to buying. So a bunch of stuff. I've gotten rid of the hurricane in the mix, and because I've got a lot of hurricanes lying around, and I was thinking, okay, what can I get rid of? So I'm not buying things I already have in stock, like lots. I'm a pack rat. So this is my my oldest character, and there's a station I get NPC. Always use an NPC station for this. This is where I keep pretty much all my stuff. That's surplus, especially after they made the abandoned rule for citadels, and especially after that war with domain research and mining. So all my stuff's pretty much here. It really always was, but now it's really all here. And I only use one character because you can do an asset search using only one character without having to wonder which character and all that stuff. So this is where it is, and I've got the same. I transferred it in. I guess I just looked up the email for the Doctrine, and I went through and I was like, okay, so all this stuff, what am I gonna do? So I brought up a buy all item, and I figured I'll do it on this character, and then copy it to clipboard, export, and then go into my Jita character and buy whatever I'm missing. So I'll drag this into the search bar right here. I've got 9. That's enough. Kinetic. 4. That's not enough. EM hardener. Definitely not enough. Harbinger, get rid of. I don't need. Where's the X? Where's the X? Where's the X? I hate. It's just, I've got a long list of stuff to hate, and that's one of them. Yeah, and I just go through the list, and if I see something I have lots of, or enough of, I just X out. Yeah, that's enough. Don't need that. I'd really rather get rid of my excess stock. I've realized that I get a bit silly in thinking I need 2 of them, so that's not enough. I used to think, hey, I'll keep surplus of pretty much everything I think I would need. It's just kind of silly to do so, because you're just, I found that it's way easier just to go to market, especially now that most of the things you need that aren't too expensive can be located at amarr. It's mostly not taken advantage of. These will be the most expensive thing, but I have 12 of them. That'll outfit 2 harbingers, so I need more. I definitely don't have any of these for sure. Oh. Wow, that's kind of neat. Those. Yeah, I've got a smattering of stuff. And it looks like I know I have a lot of scripts lying around, so I probably won't need to do that. Yeah, get rid of the scripts. And what I'll do at the end of this, I'll just simply email the exported buy order list. Okay, a lot of those, yay. They drop as loot pretty frequently. Do I have a stockpile of that? Yeah, I do. Okay, don't need. Yeah, I'm gonna chill on that. I think I've got tons of those. I used to keep drones in a different station, but ever since that war with Domain, it's like everything in one spot. Probably got a lot of those. Almost, but no, that's enough. Alright. Yeah, like I said, I'd really rather not have stockpiles anymore. In fact, I've got another pile of stuff over in AMOD. Yeah, I got enough. Over in AMOD that I haven't touched for, God, years. It feels like years. And that's probably stuff way back before a lot of the expansion and patch stuff, so probably missing a huge holes and plus back then I was just getting into theory crafting, so I might not have smart stuff up there. I don't really need that. That's a decent amount. Look at that. Well, huh. Oh yeah, those are the new scripts. Obviously didn't have enough. Alright. I don't think... Oh, okay. Fair enough. Got that. Usually have a lot of cat boosters. Yeah. T. They're the one thing that fine. Tear your hair out because you don't have enough. And they're quite bulky. Okay. Whoops. Alright, and I think I didn't... Yeah, I pretty much plumbed that stock out. There, just copy. And then email. Yeah, it's my main trader, hauler guy. Alright, Harvey Doctrine. There you go. And that character can just bring that up. I don't really like having that that notification for email. I'd rather just go by the flashy. Let's get rid of that. It gets kind of annoying after a while. So, copy. Get rid of that. It's easier just to close it down. I don't think there's a clear button anywhere, which is pretty funny. I'm pretty sure if you do this, it won't replace, it'll just add it. But whatever, it's an easy button click. There you go. How much would that cost me? 50 million. Okay, so times that by how much would I want to do it? I've got 5. So yeah, $250 million. That's 1 fob. With 8 clients. Yeah. It's not very lucrative doing it solo. it'll get rid of that annoying notification, but yeah. Yeah, and that's how I do it. And I grab the stuff and then undock and head home. Of course, avoiding Amazon and vecamia. It is 1900, usually Russian prime time. I probably won't be able to get through. Oops. Off warp.
Warp drive active.
I probably won't be able to sneak through vecamia. I will, of course, check. You know, because I have them. Might as well
Warp
check.
drive active.
Shout out. Get that login reward for doing so. Yeah, and actually the beam lasers are cheaper at amarr, unsurprisingly. Sometimes good to check markets, and which I'll do so once I kill a fob and have enough iskies to get all that.
Warp drive active.
Oh dear. Yeah, I'll just price compare. Knock off anything I can get and add it to the amarr list. And that usually tends to stay that way. Some items are more lucrative for industrialists. In amarr, obviously, for lasers.
Warp drive
so that's to be
active.
expected, actually. Vecamia.
Warp drive active.
I should really get 2 monitors for this computer so I can not worry about flashing my launcher screen. Foreign local. Oh yeah, but Mech 1000's there. Let's see what his kills are like. Alright, Ezekiel, la la la. Okay, yeah. It was hardly any activity yesterday. There's some activity. Is it Mech 1000?
Active.
Die miners. Oh, wow. He used to park in Gonditza, I think. I forget the name of that system, but it's in lowsec Genesis somewhere. Yeah, just woke up a bit ago. Die miners, interesting. He usually likes hot dropping carriers on things, but it's guarding the gates. Fascinating. I wonder what Stargate he's at.
Warp drive active.
Tarta. They usually just pick a gate and just camp on it, honestly. So yeah, that would be awkward trying to get through there. And what they usually do is die miners actually in the system? Give me a sec. I'll check.
Warp drive active.
You know what? I'll probably just whip through it. Because Mech 1000, strangely, is inactive currently. avoidance list. Do not avoid. Oh, it.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, the only danger for Viators is if they have fighters on the gate. And when they have fighters on the gate, it's child's play to whip fighters real close orbit on just pressing W key and just clicking on the target before it cloaks up. And the cloak takes a few seconds, and that's all it takes for the fighters to decloak you. And that means you're pointed. And with the new system, all they need is a long-range scram, and you're pretty much hosed. Because they have faction scrams. Faction scrams are 0.3, so that'll defeat points now completely. You're pretty much screwed. And DSTs are easy to bump. So you're screwed there too. So yeah, pretty much screwed.
Warp drive active.
Harder gate. You know you don't have the best computer desktop layout when you have to crane your neck to see the scout screen. Yeah. No, I don't have a nerd cave. And if the wife has anything to say about it, I never will. Whoa, okay then. Yeah, I'm getting some lag on my...
Warp drive active.
Alrighty. Yeah, it's no big deal. The detour around vecamia is just a few more jumps, and it's through a system of 3 lowsec. And it's hardly ever really, like, these guys do it up. The fighters on the gate is just brutal for fighters. But if you don't have that, it's a brainless exercise to get a fighter through.
Warp drive active.
2 people, yeah, so the other 2 people in system marked up with Fort Mech, and there are no fighters on the gate. So that's a no-brainer. Yeah, Mech 1000 is... I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's the weekend. Why is he not out cavorting?
Warp drive active.
Could be that there's better kills to be had in Manai. There's like a super highway thing I just found out yesterday. I think I'll go tour it, poke my nose around it. it's probably going to be completely uninteresting anyways. Test superhighway midpoint, whoop-de-doo. And it's not really a choke point area, so my interest flags because of that.
Warp drive active.
Nighty night. There you go. Log that client off. And
Warp drive active.
yeah, I should really get another alt into Amazon just for eyes there, but I'd rather use vecamia, honestly. Just the intuition that vecamia has become a backwater compared to Amazon. You know, the new shiny thing for ganks. Just musing silently about Pochvan or whatever the hell it is, and you know, wondering where Naranja went. Zero interest. Anything like that is, to me, zero interest. I just loathe that kind of thing. Filaments are interesting, and they have their uses. I just don't use them. Low sec and high sec. Thank you. Place to call home. Thank you. Yeah, this one has fast warping, so it can get around pretty quick.
Active.
Drop off these implants. Get it set up. Then go play another game. I'm trying to play Elite Dangerous. I haven't even gotten past the tutorial. I think I've tried the tutorial a few times. It's just really annoying. It's like, wait, you mean I have total control over the ship and it doesn't drift? It just doesn't feel like a proper space sim. It just doesn't. It doesn't have the drifting that you get in a real space sim. It's just like, oh, you turn your joystick and you're curving in that direction. Great. It just doesn't feel real. It just feels stupid. It's funny because this game doesn't have any of that, but it just... I used to play an actual joystick space simulator without the... I just used a mouse. But it was fun. If you thrust it in a certain direction, you were going to continue that direction. It made docking really fun. There was no auto-assisted docking. Yeah, if you were tired and in a freighter, yeah, it's tragic. But yeah, the auto corrections you have to do just to maintain profile on dock and other things too. It felt real. It was fun. And when I was making the switch to Eve, I when I heard about Eve, I was like, what, you just click and go there? That's just stupid. That's not a space simulator. That's ridiculous. Why would anyone want to play this game? The numbers for Jump Gate, the game I played, it was below threshold from the very beginning. There were an average of 2,000 players online at any time, and that's not enough for anything. Eve has 10 times that, so you've got to imagine there's even exponential subscriber base. So yeah, if when people say, oh, we're below 20,000 players, we've been 20,000 players since the beginning, folks. There's no danger of this game dying anytime soon. The curve has flatlined at 20,000, and it's not growing because CCP has no idea of immersion. Their CEO is completely clueless, and they're sweaty meetings. If you ever read the article about the Atlanta debacle? No. Anyways, they don't get anything done unless you're the loudest squeaky wheel. And the few times I have done bug reports of things that are just horrendous, like why the hell does Garden Assist not work for high and low, but it works for null? You know, it's got to be something about the Crime Watch. Birdie told me. Crime Watch 2. And that buggered that up. And when I did report with tons of, I had test videos, I had explanations, it drained the hell out of me finding out about this bug. And I just quit the game for about 2 months. It was just so demoralizing. And you remember the recent fix. What they decided to do was not fix it, but get rid of something. And whenever they've done something that I've also put in a bug report, I don't think I was the cause of them motivating to fix it. I'm sure a lot of other people were putting in bug reports too, but I just gave up because it's like their fixes don't seem to be fixes. They seem to be, well, we'll snip this out of the code and fix it, and you're like, the last thing I want to do is file a bug report in the future, because it just, the cure is worse than the disease. I hate to quote Trump, but he's not the first to say that. In fact, he pretty much steals all his quotes. Oh god, he's gonna get in again, isn't he? Anyway, so yeah, that's it for me. I'll just hand these over. Oh wait, I don't want to do that. I don't want to give my pack rat all the stuff. We'll never be able to find it easily. Go to one of these, plug it there. There we go. And that's how you deal with it. And my alt, my main. I haven't woken up yet. So, I'll plug. Yeah, the life of an OCD player with tons of alts. And what I'll do is, when I'm ready to fly this, I made sure I trained up the maximum so I can have, or at least one more than I needed. So I can get one more, so I can have a Grail implant set for my people. And then I've got an extra, because you always need a surplus. Always keep one extra implant. Jump clone, sorry. It's critical. Always have that. Never go without an extra jump clone. Just sitting there, waiting to be used. Otherwise, your options in this game are severely retarded. Oh, your options in this game are retarded in the first place. Alright. And now 18 pluses, because I'm sure somebody's going to be offended by my choice of politically incorrect words. wonder how often Australians have their videos banned because they use the C word. The Britons too, right? You know, saying the C word. Alright. I'm sure they don't get banned. Okay, done. You never know how these algorithms and their rules work. Alright, that's done. There we go. Done, cool. Yeah, and then I'll just hand out these guardians to my mains, and then we fly to a probably be one of my, I haven't figured out which one yet, because now you can stack clones in a single clone service, so it's really cool, you know. You can have all your clones in one NPC, but it makes sense to have the ones you use a lot in an upwell, so you can switch out really quickly without incurring the jump cooldown. Jump clone cooldown. God, I haven't woken up yet. Yeah. I don't know whether I'll stack or whether I'll use another one. I've got a few of them. I've got 5 locally, so it's handy. But I don't want to get too carried away, because the last time we got war deck, but it was a large entity, and I spent an entire week moving assets and clones, and I wasn't able to help defend or intercept or harass or anything, and I don't want to have that happen again. The chances of being war decked by somebody competent like those guys, you know, because they had a lot of guys and they weren't a one-man multi-boxing operation like most high-sec war upwell bashers. They're the high-sec pirates. They're big, but they usually just have one guy running their upwell bashing department, you know, because it's really all you need against easy targets, right? Yeah, it's just thinking what to do. I'm hanging in a high-sec island surrounded by low-sec, waiting for the next fob, because just my interest in this game is 0. It's just ugh. That's why I'm so broke. Well, I'm normally broke. I tend not to grind a lot. I like doing ice mining. That's fun. Even high-sec ice mining is lucrative. A nice thing is, let's see, 2 belts. I'm sure there's a ton of people there already. Snore. Just might gather my guys and go ice mining. I've got the urge to. I haven't mined in forever. Yeah, it's pretty much my go-to. Oh, and yay, I reactivated my planetary stuff yesterday. Or the day before. Saturday. Yeah, yesterday. Always good to remember what day you did it. 2 weeks from now, I'll just... I wait till they're inactive. That way, when I'm doing them, I've got not quite 18 alts, characters, and that's times almost 6. A lot of them just have 4 or 5, but my mains have 6. That's a lot of colonies. It takes me 15 minutes to do a client. That's this character and the 2 other characters. It takes me 15 minutes to do it now. I'm pretty good now. It was like getting back on a bike. So that's 6 times 3, or 6 times 15 minutes, which is what? an hour and a half. So that's, after you all said and done, probably almost 2 hours to do planetary interaction. It's so boring. And I wait till the end of 2 weeks because I don't want to do it a lot. That's the maximum time you're allowed. I'd do it longer if I was allowed. I just hate doing it. And yeah, it's just, I like the, there's like a knot icon. When they're all inactive, your extractors, something to deal with. So it helps me make sure I get all my colonies, because if I what I did in the past was do it every week, but I would sometimes, because I'm busy, and I'm derpy, I'd just miss a colony. It's for 2 weeks, it would just be completely inactive. So I'm like, derp. So yeah, I just wait beyond my time and then do it. So yeah, it's pretty fun. The how I set it up is that I have, when I click on it, I moved it up here, and when I click here, see it's right above the start extraction thing. Well, in 2 weeks it'll say start, and that makes things so much quicker. And of course I've got the scan to about each character's got it a bit different, because you can't like, yeah, whatever, it's there close to it. It's just off the minimum and just kind of this size, and each character's a tiny bit different. I'd like to have it standardized, but you can't, because you can't share it. So I don't really worry about getting it exact. I think what I did once was say I want to get it right here, like hover it there and hover it there, and that's pretty good. I just didn't bother this time because I was busy and I was whipping through all of them. But yeah, this one and this one, it seems to work fairly well for me. As you can see, it's okay. And each of my guys has something on carry 2, but I've made sure that each character is widely separated on the planet, so there's no overlap, which is really handy. But that, yeah, I'll probably do another video on it. I need really to, I've got a whole bunch of alts that have open colony spaces, and I haven't planted a colony for them yet. So yeah, I'll get there eventually. Anyways, yeah, so that's pretty much the entirety of what I'm doing lately. That and just, random stuff. Oh, and keeping an eye on a riot and where the man from Wherefore. I do keep a side eye on Stargate Noni, and Whole Drop, and Jita holding and stuff like that. We're on their Rolodex. We'll get wardecked at some point by them randomly. It's just, we're on their Rolodex. It's going to happen. Okay. That's about it. What am I going to do now? I want to give that Elite Dangerous tutorial a whirl. I really oughta. Just drives me bananas. It feels like the stupidest thing ever. It's like, why are you going halfway? It feels, what was it? I think it was called Freelancer or something. I forget what it was. I think the game was called Freelancer, but it had the same kind of feel. It was just, it feels like you're in a roller coaster. It's just, I want to play a space simulator with a joystick. I want to play it right. God, I'm so picky. Anyways. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking about ice mining. It's quite lucrative, even if there's like a gaggle around you trying to mine everything as well. It's nothing to. Yeah. I mean, mining dense feldspar is pretty good too. I haven't done that in a while. Meh. What to do, what to do. Alright.
Connecting.
There's a Upwell Bash in Odotte that I'm fairly sure it's a whole timer. I'm fairly sure people will show up for, so I figure it'll be fairly interesting. God, it's annoying. Wait, can I even fly one of these? Oh, it only takes 12 days. Cool. Alright, bud, you're definitely on that to-do list. Ugh. Barf. Right, that'll be for later. Yeah, the first time I went to Odotte, I spelled it wrong. It ended up in Odette. It's pretty funny. It was like derp. Oh, yeah, when you focus on something and you end up docking and you're focusing on it as you're docking, your camera will stick. You just need to click something else and focus on it, and it'll break your fixed view. Just a heads up. I'm sure you guys have figured the workaround for that already. It is annoying, but CCP has tried to fix it, and they just made it worse. So they reverted, and it's back to normal, but we're okay with that because, God, it's not that bad anymore. I think they have improved it without actually telling us, you know, because they have a bad track record for bragging about fixing something, and it just backfires on them, blows up in their faces. But yeah, having this next destination light up in your selected item is really handy. And it's annoying when it's blank, but it's even more annoying when it picks the previous Stargate that it's called your in-gate. This is whoops, bloody hell. This is your in-gate. This is your out-gate. Hold on the out-gate. I'm sure you've heard that many times. Yeah, the whole don't jump meme is because if you've ever been in a fleet and you're holding on a gate, it's pretty boring. So you get distracted by something and you're not, you're still on voice comms and you're listening, right? and you're not really paying attention, but you want to jump when they jump, so you're always keyed to jump. And even if nobody says jump, you might actually imagine somebody said jump, and you just, oh my god, what is, are we jumping? And you just click jump. And you're like the lone guy on the other side of the gate. That's why most people try not to say the J word. They'll say, you know, don't do the J thing, you know. Okay, so I think I oranged. Who did I orange? Right. I oranged right, and red is black. There you go. And I think I'm gonna dock up here.
Warp drive active.
And there was wrecking crew, so I'll probably put wrecking machine. Not wrecking machine. Sorry, wrecking machine. I'll probably put them as gray. There you go. Oh, only one. Okay. And Absolute took part in the shield timer.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Kind of interested if. Oops. Ride is still at war with them. I'm sure they are. Whoop. Huh? That doesn't make any sense. Of course. Stupid bug. There we go. Absolute will. There they are. Interesting. Wonder what they piggybacked on. Stupid. The Allies. It's funny that once the war ends, you can't see who's allied with them, which is kind of annoying. Oh, interesting. Look at that, huh? Oh, they even got, wow. That's pretty interesting. I wonder if these were, now I'm fairly sure. Yeah, it's just fascinating. Fairly interesting. Yeah, this is why I'm so interested about it, because this alliance, which has ties to Wrecking Machine, I believe, and then they brought in Black Flag, who didn't show up for the shield timer, but did, for the, well, what effectively became the shield timer, timed out armor timer. Black Flag wasn't there the first time, and then Absolute wasn't there the second time, a couple of days ago, but Black Flag was. And I'm fairly sure everybody's going to show up today. I'm fairly sure Riot is going to be D-bags and not show up in force and just do the usual cheesy tornado thing and hope to kill bling targets. I don't know what they were doing last day. It just seemed really silly, but whatever. We will see what happens. I'd like them to show up in force just because that makes things interesting for myself, and I'm sure any viewers of the video. Do you last more than 30 seconds? Lol. Yeah. I think what I'll do for this battle coming up today, I think I won't speak because I tend not to focus well, especially camera work. I regretted not focusing more camera work close in, getting proper angles, dealing when I'm trying to yap and fill the gap of silence with commentary. And yeah, I think I'll mute myself, mute the microphone, and I'll probably not have any music as well, so people can just add their own soundtrack, you know? So that'll be fun. Anyways, yeah, no music, no mic, because it'll be an interesting fight. Yep, that's what I'll do. Yeah, I ship scanned the structure a couple of days ago in that last video. Yeah, yawn. Bleh. Oh wait, I want to add them as contact. I'll blue them. I wish there was more bloody colors. Like seriously, CCP. My long list of stuff I wish they did. There, done. Fascinating stuff.